Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna. For those of you who are new here, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. A great big shout out to my channel members for supporting my channel. Thank you. All right, in this video, I'm going to do a flip through of my Hobonichi Weeks Avec A5 that I use as my everyday carry. I've got work things in here, personal things in here, budgeting things in here, as well as daily memory keeping. We're going to go through the entirety of this. It could be really chatty and maybe kind of long. So go ahead and grab a drink or grab a snack and get comfortable while we go through this together. Now this front section, once I've set it up, I generally don't touch it. I've needed to replace some of my tabs, especially the bottom ones, because those are the ones I go to either on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. So I kept it stripped in here. And, I thought I was done with these because this is my period tracker. I actually have to come back and put my periods for 2024. And I think the last time I had one was like October or November. I'm in my early 50s, and so I'm just assuming menopause is hitting and I'm done. But then no, it wasn't. Yay. So I don't know how I'll feel this is going to be, but whatever. I was using these pages here as trackers, but I learned over doing it over a period of two and a little bit that if this is the only reason that I come here, I'm not going to come here. I'm not going to do anything with these pages. I don't feel like it's a waste of space. Honestly, if you look at it from a value perspective, I've already gotten my value out of this journal. So if I never worked on another page in it, I got my money's worth, at least in my mind. I do like setting up my horoscope for the first 6 months. It just gives me something to think about while I'm filling this in. But as I've mentioned in the past, when I'm doing horoscope type things or oracle type things, I only actually think about it in that moment. And then I never really think about it again. I'll probably refer to these pages when I'm setting up the second half of my Hobonichi Avec, just to see, you know, how it resonates of, okay, was this helpful or purposeful for the 6 months? And then I'm setting up the same. It's all set up the same in that Avec, so my setup will probably be exactly the same in there because I like how this looks. It's just, it's very much in the moment and then never reviewed again. For the monthly pages, I have loved putting down and seeing an overview of all of either my meetings or trainings or webinars that I've gone through for the month. I can always backfill this, so I'm not even sure if I'm up to date with April. And I can see all of this on our office calendar because that's actually where all this information lives. But when I'm in the office calendar, it's usually at a weekly view and not an overall monthly view. It's just easier the way that it's set up. And so I do like having this more for documentation purposes than anything. So yeah, I'm set up through March. Oh, it looks like there's writing. Oh, and I'm set up through April. Oh, that's not that impressive because we're actually in May. And so I need to go back and look at my calendar and see what the meetings and the trainings and whatnot are for this month. I have continued with this. I'll actually show you a little bit of May because May is quite different from the months prior to. This was the July 2025. But I'll be in the new Avec and I don't pre-plan or forward plan or whatever people call that. So this was open space for me. So this kind of is a roadmap of what I have more so in the daily pages than in the weekly pages. And so as you can see, it's very much scaled down. And so when I get into the weekly pages, this year especially, I've themed out months. And whether the theme in the weekly section matched the daily section, that wasn't always the same. But to me, and I've mentioned this several times before, I love writing on a page. I love deco on a page because it just makes me happy to look at it, because I'm in this every single day, especially during the work week. I may have to go and backfill on the weekends if I'm not sitting at my desk and filling this out. But I don't know, there's just something about this that just makes me so happy. Because this is all effort and energy. And the colors are nice to me. The writing on the page, I can definitely tell days that I was busier than other days. Days where I had time off or vacation, because you can tell by the amount of stickers. This is where I started doing the habit tracker in the weekly section, because again, I'm in this more often than not. And I'm loving the look of this. And when I first started my Hobonichi Avec, which was July of 2024, I didn't want it to get too thick. But having that first 6 months down and having almost another 6 months down, it does give me some ideas on how to use this where it doesn't get too thick, because I don't like a gator mouth, but then I could also use the products that I enjoy in a way that I enjoy them. And so this is the incoming week right now. And then we get into the daily pages, and I really treat this as sort of a memory keeper. So on the daily, I'll actually come down, or I'll actually come in here and I'll write down just the things that made that day a little bit different from the day before, because I live a very small life. I go to work, I come home, or I'm working from home. I may do errands once or twice a month. I predominantly shop online just for convenience purposes. So there's not a lot of variance between my days. So I like to write down what did make that day, stand out. And then I put big keywords of what I've written there, because I'm not always doing this on the same day. And then I do a little bit of journaling as I feel like it. And it can be as extensive or it can be as simple as I want it. These, I was using Tombow water-based markers, putting them on a little plastic sheet, spritzing them with water, and then slapping them down. And that's how you got the effect, and the paper does crinkle quite a bit. And even though I live a very small life, I love looking at these pages. Sometimes I'll actually read through some of these things, just because it is a point in my life like this one or this one that just, it makes me smile, because this is related to Fourth Wing. This was taking down the Christmas tree, and I don't know that I'd remember that necessarily without little prompts like this. And so definitely themed out for the month. And if you remember what I showed in the weekly pages, this actually also tied in to the weekly pages, at least these here. And I do like that effect, but it also means I need to have a certain volume of stickers and products available. And so this is all of January. I still have yet to get bifocals, but I really need them, because depending on what I'm doing, I either have to take my glasses off and move forward, or I have to move back, and I hate being that person. I really hate being that person. For these intro pages, I just say hello to the new month, and it kind of has, the theme of the month on there. And again, this, I had actually put the Tombow marker down and then use one of those Tombow blender to kind of wash it out. I like that effect as well. And I don't remember if it was this month or the next month that I actually pre-set up pages. And I have found that is the best thing that I can do to set myself up for success, because even on weekends where I have more time to do things, I don't know what it is this past few months, but I'm just exhausted all the time. And so the weekends, especially lately, I just rest. And so I may not necessarily want to come in here and work on setting up pages for the month or the day or whatever. But looking at it visually without even reading anything, it makes me so happy. I love the deco. I love the writing on the page. If I was interested in what I wrote, I could certainly read that. But to me, it just means a moment in time. And it makes me feel productive, even though I live a very small life, that I'm doing things every single day. May not be super exciting things. I may not be traveling or doing this, that, or the other, but I'm still moving forward in my own way. This one definitely just scribbled on there. And it certainly gives a different effect. One big word, enough said. Again, there's no rules, there's no rhyme or reason. I can do what I want in these pages. And so if I feel like writing a lot, great. And if I don't, I mean, who's going to tell me otherwise? I think it's really pretty, not gonna lie. I think I have watched Solo Leveling maybe 6 or 7 times now. Both seasons are done. Both seasons, the English dub is done. And so I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna watch it again 4 or 5 times before the end of the year, because I just really, really, really love that anime. I'm watching it on Crunchyroll. I don't know that it's available on other streaming platforms. And I definitely recommend the English dub, just because the main character, the male main character, the gentleman who is voicing that, oh, lovely, lovely voice. So for April, I did something a little different. Instead of scribbling or watercoloring effect or whatever for the background, I actually used distress ink and stencils. Now you're going to see as I'm flipping through April, I have not completed it yet. But I have all of the things here, so it is something I'll do over the course of the next few weeks, just to play some catch up. Because again, what I do is I write down all the things for the day, and then when I'm actually doing the big part, I'll go through it and think, okay, what is the highlight of that day? Whether it was a good thing or not. What stood out from that day? I'll do the big keyword, and then if I want to, I do some journaling. And for this varsity pen, it's only ever going to be in the daily pages, because in the weekly pages, I want to conserve space. This is a medium nib, and it's too big by my liking for that. Solo Leveling rewatch. These are some stickers I had in my stash. They don't necessarily go together, but I don't think the page looks bad, even though they don't necessarily go together. So here I've started doing some of the keywords. I've actually done that, I want to say, through the end of the month, but I haven't done the outlining, and I haven't done any potential journaling. But that's okay. And honestly, if it just stayed like this, that'd be okay too. There's no rules. And then for May, because again, we're on May 4th. All I've done was stenciling. So this is a stencil and this is a stencil. These are two new Distress inks that I got. I got a new mini 4-pack the other day. I'm still using this, and it's mostly because I wrote this one down before realizing I'll, maybe choose another color, but I do like consistency, so I'm just going to use this color throughout May and then maybe pick a different color or pen for the following month. And so it's just three different stencils. It's got this kind of plaid one here. It's got this writing one here, and then this coffee stain one here. It's a grayish color. I think it's something smoke. And then this color here, which is somewhat similar to this one here. And I'm actually caught up with that through the middle of the month. And so next weekend, I'll probably come back and do some more pages. I don't know what's going on, but when I was working on this specifically with the stenciling, it made my hand cramp up like nobody's business. And I don't know if it's because of the brush that I use or the amount of force that I use, if I'm tired, I'm not sure what it was, but yeah, it hurts. And so I'm like, okay, well, I'll get through the middle of the month, and then I can slowly catch up for the rest of the month with these stencils and using this for my keywords and then doing some journaling. I think it's still going to be interesting, even though it doesn't have the wealth of stickers that I've had in previous months. And who knows, for June, maybe I'll just use keywords and journaling and I won't put any deco. Although it looks really nice to me. And once there's the keywords and the writing on the page, I think it's going to look even better. Well, anyway, that is my flip through for the first 4 months in my Hobonichi Avec A5 for 2025. I love seeing these kinds of videos because I love seeing what people are doing with their products, because I know as we get closer to September and October, you're going to see a whole bunch of haul videos from Hobonichi for the new year. You're going to see just planner videos in general. And I love seeing those because it does inspire me and inform me of what is out there. But I also love seeing people actually use their stuff, just because it gives me ideas on different ways that I can use my stuff. Anyway, that's it for this video. I'd love to know what you think of the various monthly, weekly, and daily sections, and if you do something similar in your own journaling or planning system. Let me know in the comment section below. All right, guys, well, that's it for me for now, and as always, aloha.